Hello, and welcome to another episode of Talking to the Machine. I am your host with the most as usual, George Giduma, aka georgegiduma.com. And before we dive deep into the show, let's do a bit of some socials. So, yeah, as you have heard, georgegiduma.com. That's my website right there. You can check me out. Check out my CV. You can download it. Check out my LinkedIn profile. Here we go. My LinkedIn profile is here. And yeah, you can also, if you have not yet done so, come to Talking to the Machine, subscribe to that channel, and hit that bell icon for notification. Give me a thumbs up, watch my videos. And I can see already you guys watching my videos, 41 views from yesterday, bruh. I'm very grateful for this. Thank you so much. Also, I want to give out a shout out to someone who commented on my LinkedIn post today, I think. Let me check. We can see, yes. Nkatha Karori says, good job, but you lost us wazee at yo. I don't know how mzee you are Nkatha Karori, but yeah, I believe I'm also mzee. But anyway, thank you for that. What I want you to do, guys, is check her out on LinkedIn. You can see her profile. She's a founder at Isani Culture House, consultant, statistician, self-employed, assistant lecturer, data IT coordinator, research intern. So you can check out her CV at on LinkedIn. Give her a follow on my behalf. That's her LinkedIn, or you can just come to my LinkedIn, go to the comment and follow her. And I like this what she says here. She says, in God we trust, all others bring data. She's a data analyst. Thank you so much, Nkatha, for the engagement. It means a lot. Your comments, please feel free. Tell me anything that you think can improve my channel and can improve this conversation that we are having. At the end of the day, is having a conversation together, right, guys? Yep. So yesterday I took you through the. So yesterday we were talking about yes, open source information in Kenya's presidential election, and basically I was telling you about how technology was used in our election, and that was a bit of a detour from what we were supposed to do. What we were supposed to do yesterday was actually talk about how I came up with this website. What are the technologies that I used to create this website? So georgegiduma.com is my portfolio website, and yeah, you can check out and you can see like it's I would like to think that it's a very beautiful portfolio website. If you disagree, please give me a comment there, and yeah, we can have a chat about that. But how was I able to achieve this? And how I was able to achieve this was using something called React. I'm sure you've had React out there. So let's check out React. What is React? And yeah, here we come. React.js, a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. So basically, React is can be considered a front-end library. Front-end meaning that it helps you come up with beautiful design. And if you can see here, what it says is declarative. React makes it painless to create interactive UIs, that is user interfaces. Design simple views for each state in your application, and React will effectively update and render just the right component when your data changes. Declarative views makes your code more predictable, easier to debug. Also, the other thing that React, it's component based. I'll show you practically what that is. It builds encapsulate components that manage their own states, then compose them to make complex UI. Since component logic is written in JavaScript instead of templates, you can easily pass rich data through your app and keep state of the DOM, that is document object model, DOM, document object model. You can read more about that. And then learn once, write anywhere. We don't make assumption about the rest of your technology stack, so you can develop new features in React without rewriting existing code. So React can also render on the server using Node and power mobile apps using React Native. So yeah, it's a very modern library. Some of you call it framework. We can have that conversation between the framework and library, but basically, let me just click here, get started. Basically, what React, in a nutshell, what I can explain to you, what React does, is that React basically gives you like it gives you like a boilerplate. Can you call it a boilerplate, or how do I put it? Like React gives you, bundles up a couple of things that you need to create an application, and then it gives you so that you don't have to do that. So for example, if you have been doing web development, you will realize that for you to make any website, you usually require 3 languages. You'll need your HTML, that will give you structure. Then you'll need your CSS. CSS will give you the beautification, and then you will need your JavaScript, which will make your website dynamic. However, what React does is that with one command, you can be able to generate all these things at once. And let me see if I can give you a demonstration. So yeah, where will we go? So if you can look to my right at if you can look at my, let me see if I can make it this bigger. Top. Yep. Yeah. I hope all of you can see that window that I've just moved there. So what we will do, this is what we call the terminal in computing, and I will go into my terminal, and first of all, look at the files that are already there, and I want to go into documents, so I will cd into documents, and yeah, let's look at what is inside there. And I want to come into my projects. Where are my projects? Yes, I want to come into my projects there. So I will cd into projects. Let me look what is inside there. So there's a lot of things. So let me create a folder called a test. So let's do make a dir test, and yeah. So if we ls there, we can see we've created that we've created a new folder called test. And what I want to do with the test, yeah, let's get into the test. Yeah, we're inside test, and we can see inside test there's nothing. Okay, so let's go back to React, and in React, like I told you, you can use one command to create. You can use one command to create a functioning application, and then you can manipulate that application now to fit what you want. So let's look at React, learn React. No. Before we start, let's go to documentation, setup tutorial, setup code, setup optional. Let's just do this. Let's Google create an app in React. And if we do that, you can see it's a very simple command. So it's this one command. It says npx create react app, my app. So we'll go, let's go inside our test we were inside our test folder, and let's copy that command, and let's use it. So basically npx, that's, you space it, create react app, and then my app will be the name of the application. So in my case, I can call it test app, and yeah, with that one command, you can see this, the process starts, and basically what it will do, it will install the required packages for me to build anything. It will install React, it will install the React DOM and React script and CRA template. So basically, you can see with one command, it's gonna create a bundled up project that is more so like a complete application, basically a simple complete application, and then from there you can be able to manipulate it. So let's give it a bit of time, and in the meantime, yeah, that's how like the beauty, one of the beauties about learning computer science or learning software development is that you don't really necessarily need to cram most of the things that you need to know. You can just come and use Google as your friend. As you can see, I've used Google as my friend, and it has been able to, yeah, give me exactly that. So once you do that, this process will take a bit of time to complete, but what it will end up giving you, it will give you something like yeah, let me just it will end up giving you something. It will end up giving you something. It will end up giving you something like this up here. If you come to my, if you look directly up myself, you'll be able to see something like what do we call it? You'll be able to see some code up here. And so let me close. Let me close. Let me close this. So you'll be able to see it will create for you something of this sort. So basically, it will create for you a bunch of a bunch of files that you will need to build your application. So you can see there's a file called here public, there's a file called src for source, and so you can see you have your packages, you have your packages.json, you have build. The build is because I've already put the stuff so you can see there's package.json, and yeah, so if you go inside here, you can see these are the packages, packages that you need, some dependencies, the dependencies that will make your website run. So basically, it gives you a kind of a boilerplate from where you can start to build, and then once it gives you that, Then you can go, for example, like in my case for this website that I created, you can see like I already for my HTML, it's already been handled there, and yeah, you can see it's it renders to the ID that it renders to its root, and yeah, so you can see my HTML, my main HTML. This is what renders out. This is what you see on like when I mean when I say render is when you see your application live, and you can come and then it has this idea, and let's go back to React, and first thing that React tells us, it is it's declarative, makes painless, creative, and interactive UI designs, and then it's component based. So what it means by component based is, I can be able to show you here. Now under my source file, you can see I've created things called components, okay? And so like if you come here, so if we go here, let me take you one step at a time. So inside my component file, we can see we have the about. So under about, you can see the component has a JS file, a JavaScript file, and it also have a CSS file. And about, you can see this is the code that so for example, if we come here and say experience 3 years, so if we come here and I look at my about me, so you see this experience 3 years in tech, that is exactly what is there, okay? And you see this client, this is what is there. And then when we go deeper into the CSS, so the CSS is the styling, you can see for example here, let me get you back, so you can see this is, we give it a class of about icon, okay? The about icon class here is what when we go to the CSS, I think that is not the best one. Let me look at so let's say about content. So like about content here, this is the class name of this container that is holding the container basically that is holding all this. So there's a whole container around this that is holding all this, and that is what we are calling the about. Let me look at it again. That's what we're calling the about content. And if we go to the CSS, so you can see the about container. The about container, you can be able to target it directly from the CSS and style it. So yeah, the about container, here it is. We target it and style it in the CSS. So you have components. Basically, it's like a folder that handles a specific area in your website. So you have the about, you have contacts, you have experience, and you can see, according to my website, these have been separated according to, so I have the about section here, I have my experience section here, I have my services section here, and I have my portfolio section here, and I have my testimonial, and yeah, contact. So basically, if we go back to my components, you can see I have the about, contact, experience, footer, header, nav bar, portfolio, all these services and testimonials. So basically, it uses components to make it easier for you to develop, you get. And if we go even into the components, let's go back to the about, and we come here. So if you can see, you first get into a function. So like there's a function called about. Once you create the about component, it comes with a function, and this is what will be rendered out. Okay, and so that function returns all this code out here, and then what it does at the bottom there, it's able to export that. So it exports the about, and so once you've created that component, you can use it anywhere. You can use it anywhere on the site. And in our case, how we are using it is by coming here to app.js, and you can see we have the about. So this about is the render of all this component, of both these two. So this about is, so what basically you do is you import it inside this folder, and it comes out. I know it sounds a bit technical. I might not be explaining it very well, but this is why I'm looking forward to actually taking you through maybe like an introduction. If you're very new to this, I'm looking into doing an introduction course whereby we'll take it through HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So if you're interested in that, that is the surprise that I was telling you about yesterday, that I'm gonna be doing 100 days of code. Is a challenge whereby we'll be doing 1 hour of coding every day, and from this 1 hour of coding, you'll be able to learn your HTML, learn your CSS, and learn your JavaScript. So once you have those three in web development, then you can be able to come and have the luxury of using this you can have the luxury of using this React component, and so forth and so on. So I hope I've not confused you as much, but basically that is just about an idea. And as you can see, let me I can see my so you see, once it has created for you, it says it tells you npm start development server npm. So basically, once I've created that, let me ls into this. You can see our test app has been created. So with that one command, we've been able to create a whole test app. And I can get into this test app by saying code test, and basically code will call VS Code. I use VS Code for my coding. So, and we can see the test app is up. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up on my screen so that you can see this new test app. Let me pull it up on my screen, and yep, and yep. So if you can see, this is the newly created application. This is the newly created app from the simple command that we said, npx create react app test app. And you can see it comes with the models, and inside the public you can see it has all these emojis. These are basically what we call default files that it comes up with, and these are all default files. And if we can control J so that we can get the terminal down here, and yeah, do what it tells us. Let's go back to, so it says suggest that you begin by typing cd test app, and then this is basically to cd, basically is to change directory into the test app, and then we do npm start. So yeah, let's see if we can do that. So already we can see from we are already inside the test app. So if we can say npm start pop, and so yeah, you can see there on my screen, like localhost 300 has been opened, and this is the newly created React app that we have created. So it comes up with all that. It gives you a fully kind of like created application, and then from there you can just tweak it and make it your own. So if this has been useful information, please click on the subscribe button and yeah, share it with somebody who might need this information. And as I told you, I'll be doing a challenge very soon, I think in a week's time. So if you're willing to join that challenge, just come to my website, come to my WhatsApp here or my email here, send me a WhatsApp message. If you click here, it will take you directly to WhatsApp, and or if you click here, it will take you directly to an email, or you can use this one. Send me a message, tell me you're interested in taking up my 100 days of code challenge with me, and yeah, I'll be getting back to you. I hope to kick off this challenge in a week's time or maybe 2 weeks. So looking forward to having you around, and as usual, I see you tomorrow with more content and more information about technology. Thank you, and see you next time.